viewers, I'm here to show you about my stock account update. Right now the net asset of my account is 72,759.49. Today, United Natural Gas made a gain of 1.79%, rising to 6.84, and the SQQ made a loss of 2.24% to 20.48. Today's industries are generally close to higher. Dow Jones Industrial Average closed at 0.35%, Nasdaq Composite closed up 0.83%, and S&P 500 closed up 0.59%. Internet content, semiconductors, and the auto manufacturers industry all closed up with a gain of more than 1.5%. And let's take a look at the data released by the Treasury Department today. The U.S. GDP rose 2.1%, and the labor market had held firm, but the shadow of the government close and its danger have continued to linger. The U.S. government confirmed that economic growth remained fairly strong in the second quarter and built momentum in the quarter, in what appeared to be suspected a tough labor market. In the third GDP estimate for April to June, the Commerce Department said gross domestic product grew in the last quarter at a rate of 2.1% annually. And economists said they expected no GDP revision in the second quarter, and the growth in the first quarter was also raised to 2.2% from 2.0%. It also revised the 2017 GDP the government also introduced a new price indicator, which is the Personal Consumption Expenditure Price Index, that includes food, energy, and housing, and the PCE services that do not include energy and housing, and are basically the so-called core inflation, super core inflation. The Fed officials are looking at the super core price indicator to assess the progress made in their effort to combat inflation. Since March 2022, the Fed has raised its benchmark overnight interest rate by 525 basis points to the current range of 5.25% to 5.5%. The economy is definitely under a great burden right now, with businesses operating with a higher cost, and the growth forecasts for the July to September quarter are now at 4.9% for the CPI. While the overall production part of the economy seems strong, let's look at the labor market. The labor market is mostly remaining stable. On Thursday, it released the initial jobless claim in the U.S., which rose to 2,000 at state level and adjusted to 204,000 in the week of ended September 23rd. Economists also have expected higher of 213,000 people, and while the labor market continues to do strong, and the unemployment rate close to 3.8% in August from 3.5% in July, showing that there's a sort of conflict between the short-term employment data and the long-term recent indicators of unemployment rate. It also shows that there may be fluctuations in the labor force of people joining and leaving the labor force. And also, while the economic indicators have been looking well, the concern about the government shutdown is still one of the top priorities in people's concern, that with the national debt reaching its limit more often in the future, people are concerned about whether the risk of government shutdown and the strength of dollar index will be contested, and we will have to see how the Fed and the federal government respond to this. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next episode.